Dinarland Saturday, December 24, 2016 from BGG, Kaperoni, and a few others. From BGG, if they keep on this development arc they are on right now, that kind of security, a US-type environment, is achievable and it is in their future. If Iraq keeps going the way they are supposed to go and follow the IMF lead, it will be incredible. They will move forward very, very fast. They will make Dubai, the jewel of the Middle East, look like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. From Kaperoni, on Iraq first review of the 3-year standby arrangement and financing assurances review quote, they are also working actively on rapidly removing remaining exchange restrictions in a multiple currency practice, in close cooperation with IMF staff. Moving to Article 8 is important, and getting in compliance as soon as possible is very good news for us. We have to wait it out and watch. It is good to see the IMF is helping them get there. From Backdock, the two Shia brothers, Iraq and Iran, should both drop their numbers together to add value and begin the race to full value, which will be after March 20th, like they said. These are exciting times. It was no mistake that these two Shia brothers would begin the race together, because we remember the deal. By the end of March to May, we will see maximal value occur. It's time now for oil to begin a run. Today we see the number one producer, Russia, say they will make cuts to accomplish the goal of raising prices. The new reality will launch in early January possibly, but don't expect the full digital asset-backed reality to be fully valued and seated in place till spring, as I've mentioned several times now. 8 at 8, Docimo. From Walking Stick, Iran CBI expects Forex rate to drop on January 1st. The US dollar exchange rate is expected to drop after the New Year Eve, the Central Bank of Iran's head of exports department. The currency registered a big recent rally in Tehran market, reaching an all-time high against the rial on Wednesday. The recent surge in dollars exchange rate is mainly caused by growth in demand and shortage of the currency in the market. Demand will decrease after the turn of New Year, IRNA quoted Samad Karimi as saying on Thursday. The official warned the public to refrain from exchanging their assets for foreign currency and dabbling in speculative activities. The US dollar broke the 40,000 rial threshold in Tehran's market on Wednesday, recording an all-time high for the currency. It was sold for 40,200 rials at the close of trade on Wednesday, according to the website of the Association of Bureaus de Change Operators of Iran. The greenback was slightly down on Thursday and exchanged for 40,150 rials at the close of the day. Earlier, the central bank had repeatedly announced that the Forex rally is temporary and will abate by the end of the current fiscal year, March 20th, rejecting claims that the government is in favor of increasing Forex rates to make up for its budget deficit. The CBI is prepared to control rates in the market during the final months of the Iranian fiscal year, by using revenues from non-oil exports, Karimi said. According to the Secretary General of the Association of Petrochemical Industry Corporations, petrochemical companies have reached an agreement with CBI to inject currency into the market in an orderly weekly basis. At the same time, Karimi admitted that speculation, Forex futures deals and smuggling of foreign currencies are making it difficult for CBI to regulate the market. The central bank has been taking measures to limit unhealthy operations in the Forex market, including a crackdown on unauthorized money changers and allowing banks to conduct Forex operations in the open market. Dollars climb and government performance, dispelling Forex myths. When a country's currency weakens, its imports go up in price but its exports gain competitiveness. This is an exhaustive cycle, however. As exports rise, the country's currency regains value, canceling the initial benefits. Uncertainty, future expectations, inflation, and cross-border investment all nudge currency values. However, these points seem lost with many in Iran, most alarmingly to policymakers and their critics. All post-revolution 1979 governments have equated the dollar's increase in price in rial terms with the concept of weakening of the national currency, wrote Masoud Khansari in the Persian daily Danya-e-Iqtisad. Insistence on this policy has given rise to the same view in public, he added. This means that instead of looking at currency value in relative terms and its changes as manifestations of economic conditions, exchange rates have become a matter of national pride and are looked at in absolute terms. As a result, frantic efforts are made to avoid devaluation at all cost to uphold national pride and consumer purchasing power, even if it means losing export potential and jobs. This misconception was again thrust to the fore this past month. The greenback shot up in Azar, The Iranian month ending December 20th, bolstered by its rise to 14-year highs in international markets, and uncertainty over US-Iran relations following Donald Trump's election as the 45th U.S. president. The US dollar soared nearly 10% during the month, breaking above 40,000 rials per dollar for the first time since the height of Iran's currency crisis 4 years ago. The exchange rate had hovered around the 33,000 rial mark for over 2 years, as low domestic demand and the government's successful battle against inflation held exchange rates stable. State officials are keeping with the usual narrative, evident in their response. In the government's opinion, the dollar's current exchange rate is not real and this pseudo-price will be broken in markets, Mohammad Bakr Nobakht, the head of Budget and Planning Organization and government spokesperson, told reporters on Thursday. Such efforts on the part of policymakers usually precede their wasteful efforts to battle market fundamentals and enforce controls. Similar comments have been made by MPs. Iran has a multiple exchange rate regime. So, part of this reaction is because Nobakht has signed a 33,000 rial exchange rate in next year's budget for the central bank's official rate, which the bank has promised to abolish countless times in the past 2 years. And a 40,000 rial dollar throws government calculations into disarray and makes carrying out the bank's pledge tougher. Now, any central bank should defend its currency's stability. Large swings in exchange rates and shocks are damaging, like what happened to Iran following the intensification of nuclear sanctions in 2012-13. But uphill battles against market fundamentals, and in this case the erosion of rial's value by inflation, are hardly prudent. Instead, the government should accept and advertise reality, and dispel myths about currency valuation. Unifying the foreign exchange rate regime should top its agenda. Without it, businesses will continue to lose domestic and foreign markets, as inflation drives their costs up while imports get cheaper from rial's hollow stability. A more transparent forex regime would help businesses, curb corruption, and add depth to Iran's markets. From Tada. Of course no one knows when the RV will pop out, but we know it's under the tree, with our names on it, and the wrappings are beautiful. I saw in the spirit a room in heaven with many gifts ready to be delivered. The wrappings were all scriptures and we were given the presents to unwrap. Awesome. Hallelujah. Happy Christmas all. More at IQD.